In 2019, DHL Express was number 4 on the list of the world's best workplaces 2019 by Great Place to Work. This was no fluke, and it was part of their mission to create a culture that was based on their brand promise to their customers. With 100,000 employees in more than 220 countries and territories worldwide, DHL Express came up with the idea for its award-winning Certified International Specialist (CIS) program back in 2010, whilst undergoing organizational change. We are speaking with Mr. Julian, the country manager of DHL Express, Malaysia and Brunei, to discover how they have incorporated CIS sustainably in order to drive the DHL Express culture transformation over those 10 years. Hi Julian, and welcome to Culture Matters. Thank you for being our guest today.
Good morning, Jeffrey. Thank you for having me this morning.
We understand DHL implemented a massive culture transformation program in 2008. Can you tell us more about it?
I'll be very happy to do that. In fact, we've been sharing this story with many customers and partners when they asked us how we were able to be a great place to work and also best of the best employer year after year. And this particular program, which I'm going to share with you, was our biggest single investment since then. So back then, a little bit of history. If you have read the book written by Ken Allen, known as Radical Simplicity, it's available on Amazon. Back in 2008, DHL Express globally was losing more than €1 billion. And they required to be a transformation program to get the business back into the blacks. Hence, CIS was born, and it was very much focused on what we can do best for our customers. So DHL has a very powerful strategy known as the focus strategy, which is very much focused on 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are, we believe in motivated people. So when the people are motivated, they will usually give great service quality. And when you offer great service quality to your customers, they will be very loyal to you. And when they're loyal to you, they probably give you more business. So that was a simple focus strategy that we had. But a plan remains a plan if it's on a PowerPoint and if it's on a piece of paper, until it inspires its people to take action, which is why the birth of a Certified International Specialist program came into place. So we were focused on being the best international logistics company in the world. Crucial to find a way to engage, to excite, and to inform every single 100,000 employees worldwide to be aligned. But how do you create an engagement experience where it will be relevant to 100,000 people globally? So the answer was very clear: to have CIS, which stands for Certified International Specialist, which is really an integrated employee engagement program that encompasses communication, learning, modules, reward, and most importantly, recognition. So the vision, Jeffrey, was really simple, is to ensure what I've mentioned to you, the focus strategy, which was the 4 pillars, is delivered with passion every day to every 100,000 employees around the globe. It was an internally developed program that enabled and empowered every DHL member across the 220 countries to master the fundamentals of doing business internationally. And it also educate everyone on the company heritage and the culture of our company. So CIS was layered on top of the 4 pillars, bringing them all together, and we hope to achieve and spark the transformation of our company.
The launch of the CIS program inevitably came with its own sets of challenges. However, what is consistent throughout Julian's sharing is the ownership of the initiative by the entire local leadership team. Another success factor of this program is having DHL employees facilitate the program and embracing their belief in walking the talk.
One of the main mammoth tasks that was at hand was you require a global big team of dedicated employees who will not flatter from this task. As I've mentioned earlier, this program is supposed to be for 100,000 people across 220 countries, and you require a translation of 42 different languages. So it was very important for us to run the exactly program the same way, the same experience, and the same module in every program in every country. So we were able to duplicate the experience in dealing with DHL, whether it's in Malaysia, whether it's in Africa, or it's in Italy. The rollout was so successful that the Guinness World of Records deemed this rollout as unbeatable. So some of the lessons that we learned, or how did we overcome it, right, was a couple of factors. One was to make sure that we have a dream team. So there is a team of 20 people that we assemble to be creative thinkers on how to bring this vision to fruition, to the full potential of what the Certified International Specialist was meant to do. So this dream team was made up of both internal and external specialists to develop the content and approach that could be then instilled into the same vision. Secondly, one of the things that we learned from this program was leadership from the top. So if you have read many materials, 70% of such global programs fail as a result of lack of sponsorship and ownership at the top. And we need to make this one different. It all starts with us as the leaders of the company, true ambassadors of the CIS program, which was the planned content to be rolled out at the global level. So what we found was we actually appointed 2,000 in-house country champions, which consists of board members, country managers like me, frontline managers, frontline supervisors who volunteered to deliver each module in their own country, and best of all, because they were so grounded in their day-to-day work, they could share their own life stories as they delivered these modules. Moving on, what was important to us was also to be clear about the end goals. One of the biggest worry we had was to take out 100,000 people of our workforce and putting them through this immense training, which was a huge investment. So we wanted to be very certain that we were able to get an equally big returns. So putting in place a strategic measure to measure the return on investment of this module or this program was really crucial. So every year, September, we run an employee satisfaction survey. So we took 5 measures from the survey. We took the customer net promoter approach or net promoter scores as a measure, and last but not least was to measure our bottom line. Fourth important learning of how we overcame this big challenge was to make sure we had the mindset of an employee. People need to understand the story, but they also need to experience that they were actually living the life and the values of the organization. Hence, we wanted to make sure that they internalize the new ways of behaving, the new skills, not just relevant to them in work, but we wanted to give them life skills that they could use outside work as well. But if you give them just business skills that's going to help them in work, it will not last very long. But if you give them life skills, this will go a long way with them. Jeffrey, last but not least, I think it's important to lead from the front to make sure the module was simple, easy to execute, focused, and could be easily reflected. So leaders, as all of us, had to walk the talk. We had to be role models of the new behaviors. So as we were designing the Certified International Specialist Program globally, alongside we developed another one for the manager, which was known as the Certified International Manager Program, to ensure leaders that were delivering this module behave in the 21st century that we require.
What we have learned so far about the CIS program is that it took DHL Express 2 years of strategizing, board meetings and proposals before the program was approved, a €100 million investment in what is now known as the world's largest ever employee engagement program. Having journeyed 10 years through this culture development, Julian has more to share in part 2 of this episode, where he gives us insights into how DHL Express aims to increase its momentum in building people excellence towards its Mission 2025.